are going out to Facebook and TikTok and uh, that we're doing Facebook, we're doing YouTube, and we're doing so we are gonna get into this right now, guys. Good day, good day. Welcome, guys. Welcome, Jonathan. Welcome, Muhammad. We are on Instagram and we are on StreamYard. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube all at the same time. We're really wanting to speak into your life today about the replays are on. We're going to get this. We're wanting to speak to get people's souls to pay attention. You want to speak in such a way where you're getting past the BS, the past the belief systems, past the buyer's remorse, past the systems of rejection and dejection and all that. You want to dive deep down into the reservoir of people's souls and you want to make people feel something that they have never felt before. Make them feel something they've never felt before. Hey, Lisa, welcome. How do we do that? How do we take people on a journey to the depth of their soul? See, this is what I love about Les Brown. He is so gifted at this. In fact, I'd like you to take a listen. Guys, just listen to Les Brown for a few minutes and share, just hear how he does this. Just listen. Mentally retarded, put back from the fifth grade into the fourth grade, and stayed in that category until I got out of high school. I don't have any college training, but I met a high school teacher who one day changed my life. I was waiting on another student, and when he came in, he said to me, "Young man, go to the board and write what I'm about to tell you." And I said, I can't do that, sir. He said, "Why not?" I said, "I'm not one of your students." He said, "It doesn't matter. Follow my directions now." I said, "I can't do that, sir." He said, "Why not?" I said, "Because I'm educable mentally retarded." And he came from behind his desk and he looked at me. He said, "Don't ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality." And as he talked, my heart began to beat fast. Guys, we're talking today about um, really beginning to speak to where our listener's soul wakes up and pays attention. Hi, Tanya. How are you? Welcome. Hey, Jerome, welcome. How are you? Today we're on Instagram and Facebook and all that. Let's see, Jerome is, where's Jerome from? Don't know very much about Jerome, but it looks like he joined on September 21st, 2022. So, what brings you into the Clubhouse space and what are you hoping to learn in Clubhouse? Um, hey, welcome. Hi. Welcome. We're talking today. Hey, Megan, how are you? I hope things are going well. We're on Facebook and YouTube and a couple other different platforms, Instagram, Clubhouse at the same time. So, welcome. Hey there, Kofi, welcome. How are you? We are talking today about getting your listener's soul to wake up and pay attention. Best movie I ever saw that had some of this in it was Elvis, the new movie. And it was a quote by Tom Hanks. And Tom Hanks stated in there, now that was Colonel Parker that he was playing, but he said, you gotta be a showman. And a showman is gets the listener or gets his audience to question if it's okay to feel that way, to feel something that they have never felt before, and get them to question if it's okay. How do we get past the BS? The BS that people have. The belief systems. How do we get past it? Well, I love how my coach and mentor, Les Brown, does it. He doesn't come in to try to sell you on the idea of him being a motivational speaker for an hour. He comes in like a freight train in a wrecking ball. He just comes in and starts off with, you gotta be hungry. And he lets her rip. Years ago, when I was in sermon preparation, the, they said that there was three types of sermons. There was a topical, a textual, and an expository. And I couldn't help but wonder about my teacher because he said three types of sermons: topical, expository, and textual. And I said, okay, which one are you? Well, let me break those down. Topic is when you pick a topic and then you fill in the blanks with that topic. And then textual is you pick a text and then you speak directly from that text. And then expository is when you really take a deep dive into a chapter and it can turn into a series. And I said, which kind are you? Because you're like following spaghetti. And he said, I'm kind of an open letter. I said, what do you mean open letter? He said, open up and let her rip. And that's exactly what TD Jakes tends to do, and Les Brown. They open up and let her rip. And not that we want to fly off the wings of, we want to just fly off the seat of our pants, but we need to get our audience to feel something. Feel something. You want them to be, you want them to feel it. And so you've really got to say, is it okay for me to feel this way? Think about what social media is. Social media is being somewhat in your face and I want you to like me. The key is to get them to like you, get them to want to be around you, get them to fall in love with the value that they share, and then they might take you to lunch, buy your book, listen to your tape, do your seminar, all that. Take you up on your value because they like you and they start to fall in love with you. If you can get them to feel something, if you can get them to say, wake up and pay attention to you, because we only have a few seconds to get their attention anyway. And I think a lot of times in social media, we're inundated with people trying to sell us their shit. And I would rather have my head sewn to the carpet than listen to somebody else tell me about their 7 layers of dimension and their 9 layers deep and their programs, their processes, their services, their plan, their this, their that, their there. I'm a coach. And did I tell you I'm a coach? And I've got clients. And did I tell you? And you're going to, and we're just inundated constantly. Social media is just to come out and entertain, just entertain people. Entertain people, get them to like you. Because there's three types of people anyway. There's freeple, cheaple, and preeple. Freeple just want something for free. They're not going to buy anything. And there's an abundance of them on Clubhouse, on Instagram, on TikTok and Snapchat. They're bored shitless. So they're swiping. And I want you to swipe and I want you to land. I want you to swipe and then I want you to land. Hey, Mary, we'll bring you on. Mary, come on if you're still there. I don't know if you're still there, but we can have a conversation about this. Um, if you're still there, let's just see if you're. I've accepted you. So if you're still there, let's try it again. Okay, so Mary evidently is no longer there. Um, Kofi, welcome. I hope this is making sense to you, but we are, this is what we want to do. We want to entertain, we want to educate, we want to enlighten, but we want to transform. And a lot of times, like on this app called Clubhouse, I see a lot of people. I hear a lot of people come into Clubhouse, and uh, their goal is simply to sell you something. And I know we all have to pay the bills. I know we all have to make that cash register ring, but you don't ask people to get married on the first date. Les Brown never comes in and says, I'm a motivational speaker and I do motivational speaking and I do keynote speaking and I can do this for you and I can speak this way for you and all that. I'm a speaker and you need to hire me as a speaker. He just doesn't do it. He comes in like a wrecking ball and he comes in with value and he drops it like it's hot. No, that's not all of his sales pitch, but we got to use Clubhouse, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all those things for what they are for. We want to actually bring people to a decision. We want to bring them to a decision to like us. And I just would rather have my head sewn to the carpet than listen to somebody for the first time come in and say, oh, I do this and I sell this and I'm and go down their litany of things of what they do versus just going in and offering value and being a support and being someone, because I have won more clients without trying to sell them than I have trying to sell people. Adding value, impact, make an impact, and your income will increase. Make an impact and your income will increase. When I first got onto Clubhouse over a year ago, I really didn't know what the heck I was doing. And I just came in, and my goal was to make an impact, make a difference, be a person of value. And I'll tell you what, my followers increased like that. They just went up like you wouldn't believe. And then I got caught up into these rooms about how to sell and how to get clients and how to this and how to that. And so I started doing all that stuff and I lost my impact. I lost my impact, Andy. I lost my impact, and my income went down. You want to increase your income, increase your impact, increase the difference you make, increase the difference you make. See, I don't think when we lay our heads down on that silk pillow and they finally lay us down in that dirt nap, I don't think the day before or a couple of days before we're going to be even concerned with, I wonder if I got 10,000 followers on Instagram. No, all we're going to ask is, did I count? Did I make a difference? Andy, what do you think? Andy's here on Clubhouse with me. I'm going to invite her up. Hopefully, she can come up for just a minute. And welcome here. I want to say thanks for coming in. And thanks for following me. Guys, if you come up on stage in Clubhouse, I'll give you a free gift just for coming up on stage because I need your followers. I need your followers, and so bring them up, bring them with you. Come up on stage, and even if you can't speak, but you're in a room that says how to speak, so people will listen with their souls. So I need a volunteer. Can I get a volunteer? Andy, can you hear me? Andy, are you there? Andy's probably at work, but we really do need to speak to make people's soul sing. Sing, child, sing. I want you to feel something. I was at a church at a funeral. I was at a funeral, coach. And could you believe that he hadn't even got to his message and I already felt something? He just had a few announcements. The announcements were simple. Somebody left the lights on in the parking lot. And it made me feel incredible. The way he did it. Somebody left the lights on in the parking lot. And I'm like, he hadn't even got to the meat and the gravy's this good. He haven't even got anywhere. And it's amazing. And we need to be saying, am I, when I go into public speaking, and I'm not talking about going in and being a crazy person when we're trying to sell something one on one to people. But I am saying when we have an opportunity at a platform like the platforms that Instagram give us, like the platforms that Clubhouse give us, like the platforms that Facebook and TikTok and Snapchat give us, though, are we using them effectively? I'll say it again. I would rather have my head sewn to the carpet than listen to anybody try to sell me their stuff on the first date. And it seems like you can hear me. And if we went on a date, one date, and I said, Ann, will you marry me? What would you say? What? What? Ann, you cut me deep. Ann, you're saying no. But, but, but this was a $20 lunch. Don't matter what it was. I didn't make you feel it. I didn't make you feel it. But man, if you take me to lunch and you like me, and I can get you to like me, I can get you to laugh, I can get you to smile, I can get you to feel something on that first date. Is there a possibility that dinner's in our future? What do you say to that, Ann? What do you think dinner would be in our future? If I'm a behavior, if I behave, right? But if I, but I make you feel like royalty though. I make you feel so like dynamite. You might want to say, I'll think about it, but you're thinking about me the whole night long because I made you feel something. And I think that's something we miss, guys. We miss in our presentations. We miss in our public speaking. We miss in that. See, I may not be the best thing to look at, but I'll make you feel something. I'll get you to laugh. I'll get you to cry. I'll get you to think. And that's what I want to do. I want to do that. Why? Because I only have this one moment in time with you, and I may never see you again. And how, if I didn't make an impact, if I just came in to try to sell you, I got funnel services, I'm a coach, and I'm a this, and I'm a that, and I do 7 layers of healing, 9 depths of dimension. You're probably thinking, oh my gosh. So even when I go into rooms and it's a pitch room, My whole goal, like I went into Clubhouse a year ago, and somebody like well a little over a year ago, back in February of 2021, I joined Clubhouse, and when I came into Clubhouse in February 21, I had absolutely no clue what I was doing, and so I was I just deleted the app. But then somebody said, "No, you really, John, you're a speaker. You need to come back in and just share your value." And so I did. In June of 2021, I started. And I started with zero. And I went into a room and they were talking about the ripple effect. You know, you throw a stone into the water and some of it's got to stick, or you actually you make those ripples with the ocean. Um, and I said, wow. So I dropped it like it was hot. I dropped the sound of the stone of my voice into their room. And somebody called me the Ribble Effect because that's my last name. So when you get your title from someone else, it's amazing. So I just hung on to it. I'm the Ribble Effect. When the stone of my voice, when the sound of the stone of my voice drops into your soul, you'll never be the same again. That's my goal. Every time. Every time I speak, I want the Red Sea to part and for you to walk through on dry land every time I speak. Every time I speak, I want to take you someplace that you've never been before. Does that make sense? I sure hope it does. Are we transcending our audiences into transformation? Are we transcending them into transformation? So that's the question. Stephen, welcome. And Delia, welcome. Been a minute, Delia. How are you? Can you come up? Welcome, Stephen. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Hopefully, you guys can come up and share. And do you have anything to add or amplify the conversation with? Or do you have any questions about speaking or anything like that? Two words for you. I actually two steps. This is two steps. Step one, stop. Step two, it. Stop it. You have a voice. You have a story. Use your voice. As long as you understand what you're saying, doesn't matter to anybody else. And I'll tell you what your voice sounds like butter to me, Ann. I love your accent. And I tell you, with your accent, you can get people to slow down and listen, especially if you have something important to say, which I do believe you do. So don't let that stop you. And the only way you're going to improve your speaking ability is guess what? Speak. Don't shut up. If they don't want to listen to you, if they don't want to take the time with you, they're probably not the right one anyway. So don't let that stop you. Shout it from the mountaintops. Speak. And here's another couple of words of advice. You want to learn the English language better than you ever have before? Pick up the book Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And then take your phone out, read it out loud on a voice recorder, and listen to your voice backwards. Listen to your voice back again after you do it. Listen to your voice after you read it. Read the book, read it out loud. And guess what? You will now have an audio book of your own voice. And the only voice that you trust in is your own. That's the only voice you trust. You've been listening to it for what, 19 years now? You've been listening to it for a little bit. So ever since you were born with it, you grew up with it. And that's the voice you've been listening to. And it's been telling you things. Well, if you read the book Think and Grow Rich, it would probably help you grow richer, give you a richer, fuller, deeper life. but then you'd also be having an automobile university, and you would be the professor. Does that make sense, Ann?
Yes, I did read Think You Grow Rich. I did read the book.
Did you read it out loud?
No, I didn't read it aloud.
If,
I
if
just read the pages.
Yep, read it out loud and then listen to it back and then just keep on reading it out loud. And I'll tell you what, if you did that, if you read the book out loud, and if you did it 6 times, read it out loud, do it one time through, read it out loud again, do it for 6 times, your accent would probably be gone because you would be getting better and better and better and better. And you'd be getting more clear, and it would have you give you the best. So that's what I would do. But you have a story. For instance, 30 years ago, I had a fortunate opportunity to meet with a young man. His name was Scott. Scott was 19 years old. Amazing what you can learn from a teenager. Scott couldn't talk when I met him. It was at his funeral, and he couldn't say a word. Um, and I went up to give the last respects, walking past his casket, and I looked down in his casket, and I heard the voice behind me saying, "You could spend 5 minutes with Scott when he was alive, but you couldn't spend, or you could spend an hour and a half with him when he's dead, but you couldn't spend 5 minutes with him when he was alive." Changed my life forever. And I don't know if I would have spent more time with him. I don't know if I would have spoken to his life or took him to lunch or bought him a Pepsi or anything, if it would have caused him not to hang himself in his basement. But I can be darn sure I didn't shorten the rope by not doing it. And evil prevails when good people like you do nothing. So do not let them shut up the heavens by shutting up your voice. Do not let them silence your story, because I'm certain if it's not Scott, it might be Sarah. If there's someone out there that you have been called to serve and called to reach, and you very well could pull them away from the ledge. You very well could shorten the rope of their life if you decided to share your story. So continue to share your story and continue to shine like the incredible sun that God has called you to be. Let's say hello to Minnie Mouse. Oh my gosh. Do you know Minnie Mouse? Oh, wow. And it's Danielle Stevens, by the way. But Minnie Mouse, Min was my mama's name. Everybody called, well, her name is Myrtle, but everybody called her Minnie for short. Couldn't say Myrtle, evidently, but for whatever reason, Minnie stuck. And we called her Minnie Mouse. So awesome. Awesome. She'd been gone now since 2014, but welcome to the space. So Minnie Mouse, or Danielle, is following me. She says, "Hello, everyone. My name is Danielle, and I'm 38 years young, looking for friendship and looking to network with people who are interested in computers, technology, and collaborating with people who are working from home and have resources that I can use to help make money from home, except for Bitcoin and real estate. Have an interest in personal development, career resources, as well as social media." Welcome, Minnie. Hopefully, you can come up on stage. Your guys are in a room. This is how to speak, so people will listen with their souls. So, hopefully, you can come up. Minnie, would you be able to come up on stage? Would love to hear your story. Minnie, are you there? Minnie, welcome. Are you there, Minnie? Minnie, you need to hit the microphone down at the bottom right hand corner. Minnie, are you there? There you
I am
go.
here. on Instagram. I I'm visually impaired, as my profile said, and so I was actually on Instagram. I was coming.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're here, dear.
But my story is that I'm visually impaired. I also have ADHD. And right now I'm just I came on Clubhouse originally because someone nominated me and said, "Hey, this is a great place to make friends." Well, I did that for a little while, and then I started going to different rooms and kind of branching out. And so then I ended up meeting some people, and they were like, "Hey, would you join this club? Would you join that club?" And so I've made a lot of different collaborations over the last few months, and I'm here looking for some work at home opportunities. I already have a couple things in the works. Like the profile says, um, I'm even though I'm visually impaired, even though I'm a beta tester, and yes, I help test apps and websites for different companies to make sure that they're accessible for people who are blind and visually impaired. But I'm also looking to test out products, and I'm a brand ambassador for a few companies as well. So that is my story. I'm Danielle, and I'm complete. Oh, and I'm from Jacksonville, Florida.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, my name is Jonathan, and I try to make people's soul sings. Because what we want to do with social media, the key is with social media is get people to like you. Get people to like you. Um, Very nice to meet you, Ann. Ann's got to go to work, but get people to like you. I can't stress that enough because social media, a lot of people think social media is sales media. It is not. It's social. It's, I mean, if you go to Instagram and you swipe through, you're going to find sponsored by, sponsored by, sponsored by, sponsored by. There's so many ads out there. People are already inundated. People are not coming to necessarily Clubhouse. Yes, Clubhouse. Can I get clients on Clubhouse? Yes. The Let's see, one second here. Uh, I've got somebody that wants to join me with on Instagram, so we'll see if he's still there. There he is, coming on board here. I can't see you, but we'll see if you pull up. But um, anyway, let's see. He's not there, so I don't know. I'm on Instagram and on Clubhouse, but Clubhouse is a great tool. It's an app that can put you on the map if used properly. But people typically aren't coming into Clubhouse to listen to someone sell them. They're coming in because, and for that matter, they're bored or lonely or looking for friendship or just different reasons, different topics of interest, maybe be interested in personal development, but not ready to get a coach yet. And so they don't want to be sold on your coaching program, or they're not ready to build their website yet. So they don't want to be sold on your website yet. They're not ready to marry you. They don't want to be asked to be married yet. Um, so that comes in time. See, just like in a physical relationship or a personal relationship, we have dating, We have dinners, we have movies, we have going out, we have talking on the phone, we have texting, we have emailing back and forth. We don't go on the first date and say, "Will you marry me?" Because if they said yes, they'd either be really desperate or probably not serious, or if they were, you're going to have to rescue them and there's going to be a lot of pain. But if you go on a date and you get them to like you, see, that's what social media is supposed to be for. And that's why when we speak in public or during social media, and this is not public speaking, anybody tells you in their app that they're a keynote speaker and all they've done is a Clubhouse summit, they are not a keynote speaker. If they have never spoke in front of a group of people live, then they are not a keynote speaker. They're just using it because they think it'll get them a keynote speech. Doesn't work that way. So eh, the if you're a motivational speaker on Clubhouse, then you're not a public speaker. You're a podcaster. There's big difference. Big difference. So public speaking is completely different than, and that's why I like Instagram lives. I like Facebooks. I like Clubhouse. I like TikTok. I like those things because you're actually